Why, hello there guys, and welcome back to not only surviving but thriving while living in Thailand with me, your crazy kooky host. Yes, it is Thailand's happiest hobo, coming at you live today from positively perfect Phuket, Thailand. Now, I fully understand the idiocy of starting this video out by calling it positively perfect Phuket while I'm talking about the number one problem and why I have, yes, finally decided it is time to take an extended vacation from Phuket and get out and explore other places to live here in Thailand. Guys, listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up, the number one problem with Phuket, it has nothing to do with the cost of living here. Listen guys, I'll be honest with you, it hasn't changed that much in 5 years. It really hasn't. As a matter of fact, I just finished a video about, yes, you can still live on Phuket for less than $8,000 a month. And in that video, guys, I show you how to do it. I talk about why people do it, who has to do it, etc., etc. I think that's going to be a really fun video, but this video, guys, is actually about the number one problem with Phuket, and that's the same problem that you're going to find any place you go, and that is the people. And here on Phuket, it's the people that are out driving and killing people on the daily. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. It is absolutely insane here driving. As you guys know, I have toured the entire country on my bikes. I have done probably about 37,000 kilometers here in Thailand, and I will say this much, getting off of Phuket and driving is completely different than driving on here. I can do 5,000 miles in 2 weeks, never encounter anything that's crazy. As soon as I cross the bridge and get back onto Phuket, it's like playing Russian roulette with your life, to be honest with you. That's how bad the driving is here. Every single day, people are getting killed. And what's insane about this, guys, is I just finished a trip off of the island. I had a really good time. I get back here, and again, I see the insanity. And it's not just bikes, it's cars, it's trucks, it's everything. People, quite honestly, are dying all the time here. And you don't even have to be on a bike. It's not even accidents. We had someone that was actually last month because of some driving like a complete hole, honking his horn and all of this stuff. They wound up getting into a fight. This has been all over the news. The guy takes and he slaps him. The guy falls down and he's there are people walking down the street and they're being run over by absolute maniacs driving these big trucks, hauling boats and stuff. Just last week here on Phuket, down in Chalong, and this is the craziest thing and what has really made me think that, yeah, it's fully time for me to try another place to live. I went to Chalong the other day. I had to buy some new stuff for my room, and 5 minutes after I drove through a certain section, a girl in a truck came along. She completely just, I don't know what happened. She smoked two people on bikes. You guys can see how crazy it is in this video. One of them died. The other one, we don't know whether or not they're gonna live or die. It's crazy because I'm gonna tell you something. Right now on Phuket, it's almost back to being perfect, and that's a shame, but I know it's going to change eventually. Listen, you guys have to remember and understand that I fell in love with Phuket during the pandemic. I wasn't supposed to be here as long as I have been. What happened was I got essentially stranded here, locked in, locked down, whatever you want to call it, during COVID, and I fell in love with the place. But back then, there was nobody here. And right now, because of what's going on in Iran and everything, there's very few people here. Like the beach, there's nobody down here today compared to what it was just a month ago. The streets driving here is not bad. And that's a shame because I know in a month or so, it's going to be insanity again. And even right now, with not a lot of people on the streets, people are, like I said, they're getting killed every day. I've done so many videos talking about, you know, how to drive here properly, having the proper license, having insurance and stuff like this. And I hear people talk all the time about how, oh, I'm not gonna be driving a bike, so I don't need insurance. I'm gonna tell you something, you need insurance because there's people that are getting run over by people on bikes every day. People getting run over by people in cars every single day. And, you know, it's not just accidents. It's not, you know, a guy on a bike always being an idiot. It happened to me just the other night. I'm driving down Beach Road and a bunch of jacked up roid heads decided that they're just gonna walk out in front of me. They're gonna stare me down the entire time and force me to lock my bike up within a few feet. And I lost my, now thankfully, one of them didn't smack me, knock me down and kill me by hitting my head on the pavement or anything like that. I was pretty lucky, I was pretty fortunate. I will say this much, they were also very lucky and fortunate that I just didn't keep going, or I was paying attention and I didn't plow into them and kill one of them or cripple one of them, etc., etc. I know this much, guys, it's getting crazy. And again, like I said, I have driven all over the entire country. I've been up to the Golden Triangle twice on my bike. I've been to Ayutthaya, I've been to Bangkok, I've been to Hoi Hin. The only place I've never been is Pattaya, that's it. And I have seen, guys, there's a prime example right there of a fucking idiot driving like a fucking idiot down the road who's probably going to kill somebody later on today. And this is all day, every day. All day, every day. I have driven, like I said, probably 36,000 kilometers. And I've seen way too many people die. I've seen probably 20 people too many get killed. You know what I've never seen? I've never seen the police stop anybody for a traffic violation at all, period. I know you guys have all seen the TikTok videos, the Instagram posts about, you know, these spot checks and, you know, all of the corruption and the bribes when it comes to the helmets and the license. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I have never in all of the time, and I've been driving here for 5+ years, I've never seen a cop pull someone over for a driving infraction, no matter how crazy they're driving, okay? Now, last month, well, I should say this month in March, they did this whole thing where they were doing no fines and warnings, okay? It was this new program where they set up all kinds of spot checks everywhere, and they checked people for licenses. They checked them for helmets. They did check them for drinking and driving. Now, obviously, if you were drinking and driving, you were going to get a fine. Here in April, coming up, they're actually going to start implementing 10 new safety rules. And I'm really honestly hoping that they do, because again, in 5+ years, I've never seen them enforce anything when it comes to driver safety or anything like that. So I'm going to tell you what the 10 things are that they're going to be enforcing. And again, hopefully they will. Now, I will say this much, 6 or 7 of them are actually really important, and they're going to go a long way for driver safety if they actually implement them, okay? The first one they're talking about is speed. As that you heard the idiot just flying by. Down here in Phuket, you would swear to God it's a Moto GT. I mean, there are people flying up and down the roads all the time, down the side sides. They're hitting 120, 130, 140 kilometers an hour. It is absolutely insane. And these are the guys that are hitting pedestrians. As you guys are well aware, just last year we had that poor British soldier that, I mean, his life was absolutely destroyed because some idiot Russian on a great big 750 decided to be flying down the road and hit him, and that poor man's life is completely destroyed. I see it all the time, people just absolutely flying. Now, I will say this much, guys, I drive a Forza 300, and my average speed, I can clock it all and stuff, I'm like 67 kilometers an hour, okay? And that's including all of my highway driving and stuff. Obviously on the highway, I'm doing about 90 to 100. Never, ever do I ever go past 100. I've met guys that are doing these big bike tours, you know, on the big adventure bikes, and they're telling me that they're hitting 170, 180. And I'm just thinking, not in a million years would I ever do that. So they are supposed to be cutting down on speeding. The next thing that they're going to do, number 2, is they're going to be cutting down on reckless driving. The reckless driving, guys, as you can see in this video here, we have these assholes all the time. They're pulling wheelies, they're doing stunts, they're pulling out in front of people, they're causing accidents all of the time, and it is absolutely crazy. I can't believe that they come to another country and they act like this. This to me is just absolute insanity. I can't believe the way that these people act. It is just, it's beyond belief. Lane changes. They are supposedly going to be cutting down on lane changing. I'm going to tell you something, guys. I see this all of the time. I'll be driving along and all of a sudden someone will cut in on the right of me, on the left of me, and they're just ripping down. They're pretty much knocking you over and stuff. And this happens all the time. I don't know what it is. These guys can't drive in a straight line. It's constant like this, constant. And it is so dangerous, guys. It is absolutely insane. The next one is one that I have never experienced any place in the world except for Thailand. And that is they're going to try and stop people from driving the wrong way on these roads. I'm going to tell you something, guys. You can't believe how many times I've been out driving somewhere and all of a sudden come around a corner and some idiot's coming straight at me head on my side of the road. This happens all of the time, especially when you get into these towns and stuff. There will be bikes on your side of the road all of the time. And the scary thing is, a lot of the time, like at dusk, when the sun's starting to go down, you'll have these guys flying down the road on your side of the road with no headlights. You can't see them until you're right up on them. And it is scary as... I'm the type of driver, I'm very cautious. So when I'm off the island and I'm driving like on a big highway or something like that, I try to hug the left shoulder as much as possible. I do that because I'm trying to avoid getting run over from behind, which I've seen happen to people. I've actually watched a guy get completely run over by a truck here, and I'm going to tell you something, the sound of it was the worst sound I've ever heard in my life. So I do my best to try and stay as far in the left shoulder as I can. Not only that, guys, I find that the surface is much better. It's much smoother there. There's no potholes, no cracks or anything like that. The problem is a lot of the time you'll come around a corner and there'll be a guy flying your way on your side of the road. Even though he's got a full side over there to be driving, he's on your side of the road. And I don't know if these guys are just stupid. I don't know if they're drunk, or I honestly have no idea what it is. But yes, you will find people driving on your side of the road all of the time. And that is absolutely scary as... The next thing that they're talking about cracking down on, they are going to be hopefully doing a better job on the drunk driving. Now, I'm going to tell you something, guys. Here on Phuket, drunk driving is a massive problem. In any of these tourist areas, it's a massive problem. I don't know what it is about people. They come here on vacation and they decide that they're going to jump on a bike after having a few beers, and it's crazy. You would not believe how many people are killed here every single year because of drunk driving. I hope they do something about people driving while they're stoned. Look, I've been to so many bars, watched people sit there, blast up, jump on their bikes and take off. I've been here at my little beach bar. I've watched guys sit behind me, have 4 or 5 cold ones, jump on their bike and take off. As you guys know, anytime I'm having a beer, my bike stays at home. I will admit this, a couple of weeks ago, I was down in Trang in Pak Menang Beach. I had 2 beers and I did drive home and I felt like an idiot. I shouldn't have done that. I did. I know guys that have been pulled over here drinking and driving and they pay a bribe, they get out of it, et cetera, and they just go right back to doing it. I've got a friend of mine that got caught 6 months ago and he's like, oh, you know, I learned my lesson. Just the other day, we were out with him. He had 6 or 7 beers, jumped on his bike and drove home. I mean, it's absolute insanity, guys. It truly, honestly is. These are the ones that they say that they're going to really be focusing on so that we, you know, hopefully don't have to worry so much in the future about driving. They are going to focus on some other ones, such as the whole driving without a helmet. Now, I personally, guys, every single place I go, I have my helmet on. Doesn't matter if I'm going from my place to 7-Eleven, which is 1 minute down the road, I wear my helmet. I can't believe how many guys I see still to this day driving around here with no helmets on. You guys remember I did that video about the American nurse down in Ao Nang who pretty much lost her entire face in a motorcycle accident. Her beautiful woman lost almost her whole face. You know, I used to think the epitome of stupidity was, you know, I learned what it was. And that is, you will actually see people here, I swear to God this is true, You will see people driving down the road, holding their helmet in their hand or having it attached to their handlebars while they're driving down the road not wearing their helmet. I used to think that was the epitome of stupidity until I've actually seen people driving with bandages all over their arms, their legs in those walking boots because they've broken their ankles and stuff like that. And these morons are still driving along with no helmets on. I honestly just can't believe that anybody could be that stupid. I really can't believe it. There are a few other ones, guys, that apparently they are going to be focusing on, which I don't think has anything to do with safety when it comes to the bikes. That's seatbelts. Obviously, we're not wearing seatbelts on bikes. In cars, yes, I fully understand it. When I was in Canada, I wore my seatbelt all of the time. They are going to be cracking down on parking offenses, which I realize is nothing but a tax grab. You know, it is what it is. I can't see how that's going to help anything. I will say this much, down in Phuket, if people actually parked on the proper side of the street, you would at least have one lane that you don't have to worry about getting clipped by a bike that's sticking out or have someone back up into you and stuff like this. So yes, I can see why the parking is considered to be a safety thing. Again, guys, it's crazy. I don't know what to say. Driving here, honestly, truly is that dangerous. I see people posting stuff on Facebook all the time about how, oh, they're coming to Phuket, blah, 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 blah. Could someone teach them how to drive? This ain't the place to be learning how to drive, guys. It's really not. I promise you, it's not the place to be learning how to drive. I'm not going to dwell on any of the stuff that you need to drive here. I'm just going to say this point blank. Doesn't matter if you have a motorcycle driver's license in your home country, you still need the international driver's permit to drive here. Regardless, doesn't matter what country you're from. I don't care how many rights you think that you have in your home country. You don't have them here, boys. If you want to drive a motorcycle here, you have to have your international driver's permit. If you do not have it, you will get a fine for driving. And keep in mind, if you have an accident, your insurance company is not going to cover you because you are not properly licensed to drive a motorcycle in the Kingdom of Thailand. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Like I said, I hope that they do something. I really hope that they implement these 10 new strict laws for driving here. Because regardless of where I move to next, I want to be safe where I'm living. I don't want to have to feel like I have felt down here on Phuket for the longest time. Now, I will say this much right now. Again, it's been great because there's not a lot of people here. So the traffic is pretty easy going right now. But still, as you heard, people flying by me throughout this video. I've shown you how many people have died in just the past couple of weeks down here. And there's a lot of people that die that we never hear about. There's people that get killed every single day and we don't see it because maybe it was a local person. Maybe it was, there wasn't some craziness involved in it. The craziness, guys, here happens all the time. So yes, after Songkran, guys, I'm going to take a hiatus from Phuket. I'm going to head out. I don't know where. I really don't know. I'm going to head most likely to Nakhon Si Thammarat, spend some time in Khanom, a spot that I absolutely love. Check it out there, see what I think. Can I live there for a while? But yeah, I got to get off of Phuket because, again, the number one problem with Phuket is the people. It's not Phuket, because Phuket is positively perfect. I just wish people weren't positively pathetic and stupid. Anyways, guys, till next time, that was how to survive and thrive living in Thailand with me. Till next time, cheers. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I tried to do that in one take, as you'll notice. I didn't, I missed two really important ones. The first one being this. Again, it's people stopping for pedestrians. I tried to cover that when I was talking about, the idiots that love to walk out in front of you. But this is a big thing. People are not stopping for pedestrians in the crosswalks. Listen, there's crosswalks everywhere. It's very easy to get across the street here if you have some patience and you do it the right way. Don't just step out in front of someone, and don't be one of these Karens that just puts your hands out and walks right in front of one of these bikes. I'm gonna tell you something. Not everybody's bike is maintained the same as mine. My bike I maintain it meticulously. When I go on a trip to like Canom or Huahin, when I get back, I not only change the oil, but I change the brakes on my bike. Or if I have to lock my bike up hard, I change the brakes on it, okay? Most of these bikes, they're not maintained very well. And quite honestly, yeah, they are extremely dangerous. They don't stop really well. So yeah, that's one of the ones, again, that they are going to work on. Sorry, I didn't cover that as well as I should have. And another one is this, guys, and it's one of the most dangerous ones here. People running red lights. Again, I couldn't tell you how many people I've seen smoked because of some idiot that runs a red light. And I'm not talking just, you know, the red light changes. Oh no, we're talking seconds after. They just fly through. They don't give about anybody. And life here, to be honest with you guys, it's not as valuable as it is any place else in the world. It's not looked at the same way. When I'm at a stoplight, true story, I wait until 2 seconds have gone past and then I will go. People around me will just, you know, before the light even turns green, they'll be rushing through. Not me. I'm sitting there, I'm waiting, because again, I've seen so many people get killed because of people running red lights, people jumping red lights and stuff like this. Happens every day. So yeah, that's two that I forgot, guys. I do apologize. Again, that I tried to do it one take. Hey, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. Well, that's not true. I do know one perfect person. I won't tell you who it is. Anyways, till next time, guys. Cheers.